What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Moga controller by PowerA for Android. This runs for Android 2.3 and higher. As you can see there, this runs on Bluetooth or connects through Bluetooth. And again, it's for Android only. Yes. So you can connect through pretty much any Android phone. If you're still on Android 1.6 Donut, number one, I feel sorry for you. Number two, it's really time to upgrade. So yeah, this can go through tablets, and the cool thing about this, the selling point for this, is that it holds the phone in the controller, so it's really convenient. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's not in the box, as you can see. This comes with like a free download here. What is it, Sonic CD, and it also comes with like Pac-Man or something. So let's go ahead and check it out. It came with this thing here. Get your game on free now. It comes with this little instruction thing telling you how to put the phone in the controller, and it also came with a little instruction manual. So I never really read this kind of stuff, but if you want to, whatever. So it comes with a little case here. This is the controller in the case, or bag, pouch, whatever you want to call it. Nice material, very nice material, in fact, and it's kind of a pain to get out, but with the force, you can get it out. Alright, so this is the controller here. For size comparison, I'm going to bring out the Xbox 360 controller here so you can see the similarities. You have down from A, B, Y, and X to the analog stick layout. As you can see, they're very similar. So I just wanted to show you guys how big the controller is compared to the 360 controller. So let's go ahead and put that away. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look around the controller. We have the back here. It takes 2 AAA batteries. From what I hear, the battery life is pretty good. So you won't be, switching batteries out too often. You have the shoulder buttons here. They're not really triggers. They look like mini triggers, though. But they're not. They're just buttons, unfortunately. That would be kind of cool if it had some type of trigger feel. So again, the analog sticks, they're just sliders like that of the PSP or the 3DS. And you have A, B, Y, and X buttons here. Start and select. That's just a little indicator light there. And here's the big selling point. This thing that flips up, and it fits up to a Galaxy Note, so I don't think you're going to have any problem with fitting your big phone in here. It also works with tablets, so you can get a stand for your tablet. This is going to be really great. And flipping this up reveals the power switch right there to turn on the Bluetooth capabilities. And yeah, so I'm going to be demonstrating with my Samsung Galaxy S3 here. So let's go ahead and get it going. Alright, so I'm going to unlock my phone here. Alright, so it's advertising what they call the Moga Pivot app, the app that connects with your controller. As you can see right there, that's the Moga Pivot app, and we'll get into the one right there in a second. But let's go ahead and get into this one first. So what do we have here? It gives you a whole selection of games that are compatible with the controller. So yeah, as you can see here, it's got all these games. Sonic CD, it says it's free. I don't know how to get that. I guess I have to use one of the QR codes or something like that. But yeah, it says you're about to leave it. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'm really going to go into emulation. So I just wanted to show you around this. There were some complaints that this app is not very good. It's buggy, and it doesn't really give you a large selection of games. And other problems were, people purchasing a game. Like somebody bought Asphalt 7. And they purchase it from the Google Play Store. Then they get this app with a controller, and they have to buy it again. So that's kind of not cool. So, but it does come with a large selection of games. That's not saying that they're the best selection. I mean, 3D Hunting. I mean, what is that? Real Soccer 2013. That one's actually by Gameloft, so apparently that would be a decent game. You got the racing games here. Riptide GT is actually really nice game, but those are only for Tegra devices, phones, or devices that run Tegra, or ones pretty much just the ones that have the newer generation processors. So if you have a Moga controller, don't go for the actual Moga application because it does kind of rip you off. Go for this one here. It's called Moga IME. Probably one of the best fixes I've seen for something like this. But what basically happened is this person created an app that can help you do more things on it. So the Moga application, the problem with this is It does run on Bluetooth, but the bad thing is that you can only play games within the Moga application, and you can't really play anything outside of it. That's where this comes in. It pretty much lets you play almost everything out there that's outside of the Moga application, such as emulators, which I'll get into in a sec. So this at the top here is system mode. That's for rooted devices only, so that, you know, it's a lot easier for you to connect to things, but you can play emulators with this controller without being rooted, which is awesome, because I do not want to void the warranty on my phone. So you go in here, you select IME, and you go into Moga IME. Maybe I should use my JVC camcorder. This doesn't focus too fast. So it'll start searching for it. You might be able to see that little logo up there. It's searching for the controller, so you have to turn it on. Duh. And you'll get a green light there. This will start flashing. That's the indicator light I was talking to you about. And they will both turn green when they are connected. It does take a little while. It can take a couple minutes for some reason, but on average time it'll take just maybe 25 seconds, I don't know. So hopefully it'll go a little faster this time. So again, this controller, oh, I didn't actually get to the price. This controller runs for about, you'll be lucky if you can get it for $40. The general price is $50. I got this in Seattle. It was $50 over there at a store called Fred Meyer, and you can probably get it for maybe $45 on Amazon, maybe even $40 on eBay. And there we go. They're connected. Fantastic. But actually, Moga was actually doing a special during Christmas, where if you had a special code, you can get it for free, but you had to pay shipping. So I thought that was pretty cool. I kind of missed out on that, so let's put that aside. So now that they're connected, oh yeah, that's right, I have to connect it through Bluetooth as well. So that would be B, D, and A for some reason. Alright, so Bluetooth is enabled, they're connected, and I can select things with the controller, as you can see there. So again, this fits up to a Samsung Galaxy Note. So if you have a phone the size of a Galaxy S3, it's going to fit just fine. Put it in, slide this up. It can get kind of difficult, but when you get the hang of it, it'll be really easy. So it's pretty sturdy actually. I'm going to hold my hand just in case, but it will hold the phone, which is really nice. And something that, alright, let's go ahead and get into the things I don't like about the controller. For right now, not much. There's not really much that I don't like about the controller, which is good. Pretty much the only thing I do not like about this controller is that the buttons here, the buttons that you're going to be pressing the most, are really, really loud. So don't look to play this, at a sleepover or something, everybody's sleeping, and you're just, mashing away at Super Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64 emulator. So, it's really loud, and don't look to, play it like on a plane, because, people are sleeping and stuff. They're really loud. So as you can see here, here. Yeah, they're pretty loud and clicky. I hopefully over time, if you play it enough, they will start to get more quiet. I wish they were more like the shoulder buttons here. They're not nearly as loud. But for $45, $50, you would expect to, meet your satisfaction 100%, but unfortunately you can't. So let's go ahead and go into the emulators here. I'm only going to do two. Well, fine. We'll do the biggest one, Nintendo 64. Now, a lot of people have been wanting this one the most because playing Nintendo 64 games on a phone is not that easy when you're using just the on-screen controls. So let's go ahead and do let's go ahead and do Mario Kart 64, one of my favorites. So I do have the controller, or I should have the controller hooked up, or connected to this emulator. Hit start. There we go. Yeah, I think it's connected. So you can select. It's really quite convenient. And when you think about it, you're playing Nintendo 64 in your hand, and that's kind of hard to do nowadays because PSPs they can't run Nintendo 64 games, and nothing pretty much else can. But now with smartphones and stuff like that, oh, I hit B. My bad. So I mapped it to where this is B, where A is B, and B is A. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, that's my failed Yoshi impression. I apologize. Alright, so let's go ahead and just demonstrate here. If I remember correctly, I mapped this to be Z so I can launch my items, and this is to, you know, drift and stuff. Bring it in closer here for you guys. So it works great. You know, if you have a Galaxy S3 or a Galaxy Note 2 or even a Galaxy S2 or anything, you know, this will work great with this controller. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm going to select some stuff here. And this is just pretty cool, actually. I really like this. It's really cool. I'm really happy with this purchase. At first I was kind of, you know, on the outs because it, you know, outright does not, you know, out of the box it doesn't work with stuff like this, and you have to go through all this struggling to get it to work with this. But if you read on how to do it on Google, you'll get it right away. So it works great with the emulator, which is good. And there's not really a delay, for me at least. For other people I've seen that there was a delay from when you press a button to actually happening in the game. But, you know, it's Bluetooth, so... let's go ahead and try Game Boy Advance. One of my favorite games growing up. WarioWare Inc. One of the weirdest games I've ever seen, but somehow crept into one of my favorite games of all time. So let's go ahead and do Mona here. I'm telling you, it's one of the weirdest games ever, but it was so fun growing up. Me and my cousins would play this game non-stop, just laughing. So for stuff like that, the analog sticks work great. So I'm not gonna, if I see stuff like that, it's just really weird. So if I you know, keep going too deep into this, I'm gonna be playing this all day long. So so yeah, before I get too deep into that, let's go ahead and close it. So pretty much with every emulator, this will work just fine. And when I mean every emulator, I mean like the major ones, like the Nintendo ones, pretty much. I haven't tried it with Atari or Sega Genesis, but I imagine it'll work just fine. So yeah, this review is getting pretty long. I'm gonna do one last one, and let's see here. Let's go ahead and do Super Mario All-Stars. I'm not gonna do it with the Nintendo because everything works with the original Nintendo Entertainment System. So let's go ahead and do it with Super Nintendo. Let's go ahead and do Super Mario Bros. 3 here. I forgot to press start. Alright, apparently it doesn't want to work for me, so let's go ahead and close that. And let's try it again. Or a different game, actually. So yeah, if you can get around the clicky buttons, and if your hands are big like mine, you know, you'll get used to the controller. Hopefully over time the buttons will become, you know, more quiet, so, you know, hopefully. Gonna be lost levels. Yeah, it's gotta focus. Alright. So yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. Trust me, I'm not bad at Super Mario Brothers. That was just a complete fail. I apologize. So yeah, it'll work just fine. So that's pretty much my only gripe with this thing. The buttons are pretty clicky. So yeah, but if you can get over that, then this will be the perfect option for you, especially if you're like me and you're you know, an emulator gamer, as I call it, on your smartphone or whatever you have, tablet. Definitely get this, because it has the luxury of holding your phone in the actual controller, and you don't have to prop this up on a stand. So that's really nice. But if you have a tablet, obviously you're gonna have to do that. But you know, that's for my incredibly long review on the Moga controller. And yeah, so if you're looking for something that, you know, you can use on your Android phone, you know, without having to prop it up or anything, go ahead and get this. I mean, it's really good. It's not going to work with every game though. I think if you root your phone and you use system mode, you can probably use it with games like Nova, Need for Speed, and Asphalt and stuff like that. But if you're not rooted, you're pretty much limited to emulators and stuff like that. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace! Did I just say that?